I'm sitting here and having my cocktails. I was in National Harbor in Maryland. We do a little try to get there Christmas time every year.
So this was the Gaylord, right?
This was the Gaylord National, yes, on the Potomac, across from well, it's actually across from Alexandria, but also across from Washington. So I'm in the old Hickory having a steak dinner, right? So we try to hit a couple of the places we like there. Bond 45 is one of them, but the old Hickory's in the hotel, and it's a good steakhouse, so we usually hit it one of the nights that we're there. So I go down.
And this is one of those Gaylords. Like the Gaylord down here is gigantic.
It's massive.
Yeah.
It's massive.
Yeah.
Steve, if you could pull up the atrium of the Gaylord National.
Yeah, I think they're all like that.
It's ridiculous.
There's a Gaylord in Nashville. There's one in Orlando.
Orlando has one, right?
Yeah.
So the old Hickory is in there, and nice steakhouse. And now the kids are sick. So my youngest one has a fever. She's on fire. She's burning up. It's like her goddamn fever is like 103 point something, and so plying her with Tylenol, good dad that I am, keeping her on vacation. Like I said, it's only Christmas 2023 once, honey, suck it up. So I do the Clark Griswold, and she comes, and we're on vacation. So
anytime you guys fucking make any kind of move in a vehicle, somebody gets ill.
No, there was no. My wife. I had to leave Florida last time because my wife had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
But so yes, she was sick. And then my oldest one starts complaining of the body ache. So they're both sick. So I'm sitting down there, but God damn it, I'm going to have my steak at the old Hickory. So I go down and I sit down, and we have our reservation, and a very nice place, as you can see there. So I sit down, and I was fortunate to have Robert Parrish as a waiter. I sent a photo of the uncanny likeness. So looking at the menu, everything's fine. I didn't want to drink. I'm losing weight. I'm down 13 and a half pounds, Kevin. In 4 weeks from when I started.
What drug do you take?
Mounjaro.
Okay, thank God, because that Ozempic or whatever.
Ozempic is still, I believe, only prescribed for diabetics. I don't think you could get it for.
Well, I saw today on the news where there's already been hundreds of cases of counterfeit, and the people are getting sick as fuck from the So okay,
really, yeah, no, I'm so far so good. So so I didn't want to drink. I sometimes have an old fashioned, as you know, before my steak, but they didn't. They didn't have any lanterns or incense, so I just
or the fucking mystery machine outside.
So I ordered a. So they had some interesting non-alcoholic cocktails. There was two. There's one. So some Italian flair to it with bitters. Yeah, that's right. I enjoy a pineapple juice now and again. But they had this, and then they had another tonic. They were $16 a glass for a non-alcoholic. So I figured this has to be good. The mixologist has to be involved in these quality ingredients. So my daughter orders for my 18-year-old orders first, and she orders the one of the two, the anchoveta, whatever it was called, the Italian one. And he says with a smile, "I'm going to need ID." And I laughed. I went, yeah. He's like, no, I'm serious. I said, it's on the menu as non-alcoholic, not a. He's like, yeah, but it's still a cocktail. So I said, but there's no alcohol in it, right? Or did you guys misprint? Because that's very misleading. He said, no, there's no alcohol, but because it's a cocktail, you need to be over 21. I said, how is that possible? He said, well, the glass comes out in a cocktail glass. I said, just so I'm clear, our alcohol age laws in the United States are governed by the glass it's served in, and not the alcohol content, because the alcohol content happens to be 0 in that. But the glass, cocktail glass. He goes, well, we're in a fishbowl here, and we're very strict about what. I said, so can you bring it in a kitty cup? I said, bring it in a plastic cup with a lid and a paper straw then, and we've solved the problem. He said, well, let me see if I could put something together like that for you. I'm like, oh, my God. So my wife's nudging me. She does not want me to. I feel like I have him on the stand. And he's doing terribly on the stand because I still don't understand why you get carded for a non-alcoholic drink.
Well, that'd be like fucking like you going outside and sitting in front of the fucking hotel having a cigarette because there's no smoking inside. And the guy say, "Can I see your medical marijuana card?"
Exactly.
You go,
For the nicotine.
I'm smoking a cigarette.
Precisely.
Wow, yeah, but it could be marijuana.
Or just go like this and don't have a cigarette.
Exactly.
And he'll tell you, boy, that looks like a cigarette in that glass,
Exactly.
that cocktail glass. So I said, you know what? I said, go make her something, please, that resembles it in taste. And I'll have the other cocktail, the something tonic, pussy cocktail. He leaves. I'm told, just relax. It's a nice dinner. It's not his fault. But
this is a wife.
This is Nicole trying to have a nice night. I'm suspecting that it is in fact his fault. That there's no way under God's green earth that establishment prevents someone from drinking a cocktail.
No.
So he comes back and tells me they don't have the ingredients for the drink. That's on the menu. Mine. My daughter.
For yours.
Right. I said, fine. I said, give me the one that she is having then. You're modifying it, but give me the one. I'll pull out my ID and you give me the regular non-alcoholic gimmick because I have the ID. He disappears again. So now.
Hold on. My question is this, though. I'm going to need to see ID. I don't have ID because I'm not. Like, why would you have ID?
I'm not drinking.
Right. Why would you have ID?
Right. And my wallet's upstairs. I brought my card. I'm putting it on the room. Well, I guess the balding hair and the gray is the ID for me because I didn't have to show. But so then he comes back. They're out of those ingredients too. So he's preventing me from giving him $16 a drink. $32. Nothing's been ordered yet. $32 for the 2 mocktails. And he's not taking the money. So he puts together some concoction for me and her, and we put it down. So now I'm all ready. So he's like, all right, you guys ready to order? I said, I need a few minutes because I'm 0 for 2, and I sat down 5 minutes ago. That comment didn't go over well either with others at the table. Kevin, when you're paying for an experience, right? You're not just paying for a piece of meat. You could stay home and get a piece of meat.
Dude, that's why I was so pissed off when we went out.
So I'm in another place now, and I'm trying to pull myself back. So you know what, though? We order. They did have every cut of meat, though, Kevin, that was ordered. So unlike our Daytona experience.
To me, if the worst case scenario is that I'm not served a fucking non-alcoholic drink, like number
you can
one,
still get through the meal.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Number one, I'm not buying a non-alcoholic drink anywhere anyway. I never have in my life.
It's the first time for everything.
It's called fucking water. I'm not paying $16 for some bullshit.
Okay. Well, but the science behind it, I can appreciate that. It doesn't have to have alcohol to be a finely mixed drink. Anyway,
I agree with it, but go ahead.
We order. I get to my little one, and she says, I'm not hungry.
I want a line of Coke.
That they had no problem with. When you go south of Delaware, fuck it. Anything goes. So Hunter Biden came out and chopped up a line for outside Washington.
Gave her a Chinese Ron 100. Did it with a Chinese bill.
Cables So anyway, so she says, I'm not feeling well. So my wife says she's not feeling well. I'll just give her a little some of mine. So Robert Parrish says, oh, okay, I'll get her something. So he comes back and he had made a pot of ginger honey tea for her and poured her a tea.
Check her ID.
Didn't check her tea, but she has a mustache, so it's very heavy on the Italian genes on that side of the family. So, but you know what, Kevin? He redeemed himself, and that's he left, and I said to myself, that's the way you do it. Not the endless apologies. He went above and beyond, made a pot of ginger honey tea for her, and brought it out and put the pot.
I still would have punched him in the cock.
You would have, but I couldn't complain. I couldn't complain. Then, Kevin, that's very good, Brandon. That's what prevented me from doing the $1 tip. No, he got.
See, I wasn't gonna leave a $1 tip. I was gonna leave the cash and then add $1, so when they went in the back, they'd be like, because that's worse than no tip. $1 is like saying "fuck you," and then when they would have came back to the table, because we would have sat there because we had wine left and everything else, I would have said, "Oh, by the way, you guys probably want your tip, right?" I would have made like the extra production, so I could have just got a couple, like one more fucking just Jake LaMotta body shot in.
You would have. I just wanted to leave.
No, it's
By
but
that
now
point,
now I haven't been back.
You haven't been back? Well, this
No.
summer we'll make a return. Just so we have a show. Just so we have a show.
Oh, I'm gonna wear I'm gonna wear a fucking Trump a Magna hat and fucking a tank top.
You'd have a better experience. They would have treated you better.
Yeah, and tell them whatever you do, don't sit me on a fucking table by the ocean.
You wanted a booth.
Yeah, I wanted a booth by the ocean, but just tell them what.
Oh, just right in the middle. Throw
under no circumstances, sit us in the middle so some fucking redneck can bang her chair into my elbow.
And pull the tables a little closer to us.
Please.
Maybe, around
Please.
us. So that was fine. Parrish redeemed himself. I leave. That was all fine.